Problem recently is the recordings are not going right.
What for recording?
Huh?
What for recording?
Usually I'm streaming, it also records it later on. When I check it, I find out there's no sound. So just tapping the microphone. Okay. That's good. So today we are reading Caitanya-caritamrita, and we'll first sing this song, Arunodoya Kirtan. And when we do read the Caitanya-caritamrita, it'll be Adi Leela, chapter 4, verse 219. We'll start with. 219. Okay. Udila arana pura bhavati krisha mani gora mani jage Akata sangmuha loya sate gela nagara braje Tatai bajalako janame gangeraro Preme dala sonara anga charane nupura bhaje Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hari Bolena Bolore Vadana Bore Nichenida Bashe Gelore Rati Diva Shashari Rasaje Emana Durlabha Manava Deho Paya Kikoro Bhavana Keho Evina Bhajile Yashoda Sutta Charame Puri Belaje Udita tapana hoile asta kina gela bole hoile vyasta Tabe keno ebe alasa hoi nabacha hridoya raje Jivana anitya jana hasar Tahena navina vipadavar Namashraya kori jatane tumi takaha apana kaje. Jivarakayana saranakam jagate asiye madhuryanam. Avidyatimira rupe hridgane viraje. Krishna Namashudakori Yapan Churayo Bhakti Vinoda Pran. Namavina Kichu Nahiko Aracho Dabhuvana Vaje. When a tinge of red on the eastern horizon heralded the sunrise, the jewel of the twice-born, Lord Gaurasundar, immediately awakened. Taking his devotees with him, he went all over the countryside, visiting the towns and villages of Nadi.
Драгоценный камень Господа Бога с собой он отправляется повсюду, посещая города и деревни.
The mridangas resounded, tat-tai, tat-tai, and the cymbals chimed in time, and Lord Gauranga's footbells jingled as his golden form trembled slightly in ecstatic love of God. Lord Chaitanya called out to the townsfolk, "You spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your bodies. Now just fill your mouths with the vibration of the holy names, Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari, chanting without offense."
Сейчас наполнится Христа, вибрация с Мукунда, Мадхава, Ядава, Хари. Повторяйте это со мной.
You have achieved the rare human body. Don't you care for this gift? If you do not serve the darling of Yashoda now, great sorrow awaits you at death.
Вы получили такое редкое человеческое тело. Вы заботитесь об этом. Если вы служите прекрасно Яшоде сейчас, великая скорость летает просто в смерти.
Each time the sun rises and sets, a day passes and is lost. And why do you remain idle and refuse to serve the Lord of the heart? Understand this essential fact. Life is temporary and full of all kinds of miseries, so take shelter of the holy name as your only business. Desiring to bless all souls, the sweet name of Krishna has descended to this material world and now shines like the sun in the sky of the heart, destroying the darkness of ignorance. Drink the pure nectar of the holy name of Krishna, and thus satisfy the soul of Bhakti Vinod. There's nothing but the holy name within all the 14 worlds. Okay, so we'll go on reading from the Caitanya-caritamrita. This is starting with Adi Lila, chapter 4, verse 219. Kangsharir api samsara vasana bada shrinkalam vadham adaya hridaye tatyanja rajas sundari. Lord Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa, left aside the other gopis during the Rasa dance and took Srimati Radharani to his heart, for she is the helper of the Lord in realizing the essence of his desires. This we didn't mention, but this chapter is called the confidential reasons for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada's purport. In this verse from the Gita Govinda 3.1, Jayadev Goswami describes Sri Krishna's leaving the Rasa Lila to search for Srimati Radharani. Say Radhara Bhavalana Chaitanya Avatar Yuga Dharma Nama Prema Kaila Parachar. Lord Chaitanya appeared with the sentiment of Radha. He preached the Dharma of this age, the chanting of the holy name and pure love of God. Se bhave nija vancha karila purana avatarena evancha mula karana. In the mood of Srimati Radharani, he also fulfilled his own desires. This is the principal reason for his appearance.
Главное настроение Шримати Радхарани, оно с полностью собственное желание. Это была главная причина его рождения.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gosani Vajendra Kumara Rasa Maya Murti Krishna Sakshat Shringara. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna, Vajendra Kumar, the embodiment of rasas. He is amorous love personified.
Господь Шри Кришна Чайтанья — это сам Кришна, Вараджендра Кумар, воплощение крас, он олицетворенный мир.
Se rasa asvadite kaila avatar anusange kaila sabe rasera prachar. He made his appearance to taste that conjugal mellow and incidentally to broadcast all the rasas.
Он явился, чтобы испробовать вкус этой Кришны, и с этим доводит мир обо всех расах.
That means he made his appearance was to taste the Radharani's love for him, and at the same time, as a secondary reason, then he also spread the message of the holy name. Okay, next verse. Vishvesan anu ranjanena janayan anandam indivar Srini Shama Komalar Upanan Angayar Andangotsavam Swachandang Raja Sundari Deer Adita Pratyangam Haling Hita Shringara Chakti Murtiman Iva Vado Vado Hari Kriyati. My dear friends, quote, my dear friends, just see how Sri Krishna is enjoying the season of spring with the gopis embracing each of his limbs. He is like amorous love personified. With his transcendental pastimes, he enlivens all the gopis and the entire creation. With his soft bluish black arms and legs, which resemble blue lotus flowers, he has created a festival for Cupid.
Дорогие подруги, только взгляните, как Кришна наслаждается весной. Кургузинка занимается каждую часть его тела. Он подобен живому воплощению любви. Своими божественными играми дарует радость и гордость по всему мирозданию. Обладатель синеватой смуглых, подобно всему его покрову, ног, он строит праздник, часть команды.
Purport. This is also a verse from the Gita Govinda. Gita Govinda 1.11. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gosani Rasera Sadhana Ashesha Visheshti Kaila Rasa Ashvadana. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the abode of rasa. He himself tasted the sweetness of rasa in endless ways.
Господь Шри Кришна Чайтанья обитель расы, и Он сам познал ее славу в бесчисленных вкусах.
Sidvari Sidvari Pravartilak Kali Yuga Dharma Caitanya Rase Jane Sabe Dharma. Thus he initiated the Dharma for the age of Kali. The devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya, know all these truths.
Таким образом, мы установили Дхарма для человека. Уровень Господа Чайтаньи, который известен в мире.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Chaitanya is Sri Krishna himself, the absolute enjoyer of the love of the gopis. He himself assumes the role of the gopis to taste the predominated happiness of transcendental mellows. He appears in that mode, but simultaneously he propagated the religious process for this age in a most fascinating way. Only the confidential devotees of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu can understand this transcendental secret.
Господь Чайтанья это сам Кришна, тот, кто совершенствует, наслаждается любой любовью. Он приходит в волю Бога, чтобы испытать счастье, подобно раз в подчиненном положении. Представь в таком качестве, пришло время удивительным образом проповедовать религию и Китая. Достигших божественной тайны надо только близко преданных Чайтаньи.
Advaita Charya Nityananda Srinivas Gadadhar Damodara Murari Haridas Arayata Chaitanya Krishnera Bhaktagan Bhakti Bhavish Shiridari Sapara Charana Advaita Charya Lord Nityananda Srivas Pandit Gadadhar Pandit Swarup Damodar Murari Gupta Haridas Thakur and all the other devotees of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, bowing down with devotion, I hold their lotus feet on my head. Purport, Srila Prabhupada. The author of Sri Caitanya-caritamrita teaches us that we must offer our respectful obeisances to all such pure, confidential devotees of Lord Chaitanya if we indeed want to know him in truth. Shastra Shlokera Ekakila Abbas Mula Shlokera Arta Shune Kariye Prakash. I have given a hint of the 6th verse. Now please hear as I reveal the meaning of the original verse. Okay. Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swajo Yena Bhuta Madhuri Makrido Maria Shokam Chasya Mad Anu Pavata Kidrisham Veti Lobat Tad Bhavaya Samajani Sachi Garba Sindhu Haridu. Quote, desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him, and that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean.
чтобы сделать радость, которую она черпает в ее любви, Господь преустановится на своей охране, а придется заботиться миллионов человек процедуры, как некогда являлось в этой древней храме.
All these conclusions are unfit to disclose in public, but if they are not disclosed, no one will understand them.
Все эти истины не предназначены для этого публики, но если их не раскрыть, никто не знает.
Next verse. Ataiva kahi kichu karina niguda bujive rasika bhakta bujive buddha. Therefore I shall mention them, revealing only their essence, so that loving devotees will understand them, the fools will not.
Поэтому я выступаю упомянутым и раскрою самую суть видящего Господа, преданных смогли разобраться в суть и понятому слову.
Hridaye Daraye Ye Chaitanya Nityananda Esava Siddhanta Se Harive Ananda. Oh, sorry. Anyone who has captured Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu in his heart will become blissful by hearing all these transcendental conclusions. Esava Siddhanta Haila Amrera Palava Dagana Koki Lera Sarvada Palava. All these conclusions are like the newly grown twigs of a mango tree. They are always pleasing to the devotees, who in this way resembled cuckoo birds. Abhakta Ushtvera Ite Nahaya Pravesha Tabechi Te Haya Mora Ananda Vishesha. The camel-like non-devotees cannot enter into these topics. Therefore, there is special jubilation in my heart. Yelaki kahite vaya se yari la jane iha vayi kiba sukha ache pribhuvane. For fear of them, I do not wish to speak. But if they do not understand, then what can be happier? But if they do not understand, then what can be happier in all the three worlds? Ateva bhakti kani kari namaskara Nashanke kahiye tara o chamatkara.
Поэтому выразить почтение преданным, я уверен, что прекрасное внимание, которое доставит этому делу.
I didn't read the translation. Therefore, after offering obeisances to the devotees, for their satisfaction, I shall speak without hesitating. Next verse. Krishnera vichara eka achaye antare Purananda Puravasa Bhutta Kahe More. one toward Krishna considered within his heart, everyone says that I am complete bliss, full of all rasas.
Некогда Господь Кришна пребывал в размышлениях. Все говорят, что исполнит блаженство с Богом всех рас.
Amahaite ananda chita hayatri bhuvana amate ananda dite dive aiche koljana. All the world derives pleasure from me. Is there anyone who can give me pleasure?
Так, повсюду в мире каждый хочет наслаждения во мне. Но кто может подарить наслаждение мне?
Amahaite jara haya shata shata guna sejana aladite pare moramana. One who has 100 times more qualities than me could give pleasure to my mind.
Только тот, кто доставит мне удовольствие и достоинство всех раз. Так он доставит мне удовольствие и достоинство всех раз превосходит моих. Amahaite guni bala jagate asma bhava ekali radate tahal kari anubhava. One more qualified than me is impossible to find in the world, but in Radha alone I feel the presence of one who can give me pleasure. Однако в целом мире нет никого, кто в сравнении со мной обладал бы большим достоинством. Но я вижу, что Радха способна доставить мне радость. Koti kamajini rupa yadyapi amara asa mordva madhurya samya nahi jara mora rupe apyai ita ayatri bhuvana Radhara Darshane Mora Jidaya Nayana. Quote, although my beauty defeats the beauty of 10 million cupids, although it is unequaled and unsurpassed, and although it gives pleasure to the three worlds, seeing Radharani gives pleasure to my eyes. Моя красота отмывается от всех полулюдей. Несравненно и произведенная она радует всех мира. И тем не менее, моим глазам отрадно видеть Mora Vangshi Gite Akar Shaye Tribhuvana Radhara Vachane Kare Amara Shavana. Quote, the vibration of my transcendental flute attracts the three worlds, for my ears are enchanted by the sweet words of Srimati Radharani. Yadyapi amara gande jagat sukanda more chile pakrana Hare Radha Andaganga. Although my body lends fragrance to the entire creation, the scent of Radharani's limbs captivates my mind and heart. Yadyapi amara rase jagat sarasa Radhara adara rasa ama hare rasha. Although the entire creation is full of different tastes, because of me, I am charmed by the nectarian taste of the lips of Srimati Radharani.
Yajapi amara sparsha kotinda shitala radikara sparshi amakare shushitala and although my touch is cooler than 10 million kuns, I am refreshed by the touch of Srimati Radharani.
Благодаря мне, что не постоянно использовал его вкусы, но сам я чувствовал старым вкусом вкуса матери Прараны.
Towards the end, are there any questions? Anyone online? I see four devotees online. And does anyone have any questions? Just type it into the comments.
They can admit him in simple way, without rich, expensive cars and different rich things.
Oh.
And what is the correct answer for non-devotees?
Well, Srila Prabhupada was, everybody picked him up in some kind of a nice car one time, and Srila Prabhupada says, actually, my disciples say they've brought me this nice car, but in reality they should bring me a gold car made out of gold. Spiritual master is representative of Krishna. So of course Srila Prabhupada was an extraordinarily great devotee and spiritual master, and as much opulence as anyone gave to Srila Prabhupada, he accepted it and used it in Krishna's service. So that was appropriate. But as it happened, in principle, the disciple may give the best of everything for spiritual master. That's the principle.
И принцип ученичества в том, что ученик должен давать самое лучшее духовное учителю.
But depending on who the spiritual master is, if too much opulence and too much glorification and too much too much of this is given to spiritual master and they're not from a fully liberated platform, then for the disciple it's good, but for the spiritual master, if they're not on the topmost platform, they may be. It's better that they accept simple services. That makes sense. Just like right after Srila Prabhupada left this world, physically left this world, the first initiating gurus didn't really know how to do it. So they were imitating Srila Prabhupada in so many ways, and then so much opulence, Prabhupads, and there's a lot of opulence like that, but then we saw that in some cases they couldn't maintain and they lost everything. So the system. Just translating all this. You have to paraphrase. So later on, we realized that even though in principle Guru accepts so much, that's the principle, but within ISKCON we have, just like we have Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja and Srila Prabhupada, we have different gurus, Vyas Puja and Guru Puja and like that, but it's done on a much more simple level than it was for Srila Prabhupada. So the answer is that as representative of Krishna, the disciple should give everything, as much opulence as possible. But in a practical sense, you may not give as much like that to the Guru within ISKCON, but we still would give it to Srila Prabhupada, who was on that topmost level. Because that's the way it is.
Но принцип таков, что духовный ученик должен давать духовному учителю все самое лучшее, что у него есть. Но вообще у нас в истории, хотя Прабхупада является личностью очень великой, потому что не думаю, что поклонение, которое проводится, Пуджа, Гуру-пуджа, на самом деле очень простое процедура, потому что для изменения своего припада не нужно достаточно
The Srila Prabhupada had thousands of disciples. Many of them were young, well, most of them were young at that time, and many of those young disciples were also women. So Srila Prabhupada dealt with everyone perfectly, but sometimes, not only within ISKCON, but other people outside, they have many disciples, sometimes women disciples, and become, and they forget their position, and engage in illicit activities, thinking that I am the center, I am the enjoyer, I am the guru, but that's very wrong. So in principle, yes, the disciple wants to give all kinds of opulence and everything to Guru, but according to the level of Guru, they should be willing to be careful on what they're accepting. If they can, so they don't become bewildered by the situation and possibly be bad, do something bad for their own spiritual life, and then misleading their disciples in the process.
Чего помогал его более 1000 учеников, и в этот момент они были все молодыми, и также было среди них много сложных женщин. И, конечно, никто не разумел, принцип такой, что была то самое лучшее, что вы видели.
Yeah, there's a lot of information. I'm sorry. So the answer to the question was, the question was why does the disciple give so much opulence to the spiritual master? Is that correct? So the answer is that in principle, the spiritual master is not treated as an ordinary person. He's treated as the representative of Krishna. And as representative of Krishna, we just as we offer whatever opulence we have ability to Krishna, to the deity. So spiritual master is representing Krishna, and both proper spiritual master. He's representing Krishna as by repeating his words and by showing by personal example how to serve Krishna. And so the disciple naturally wants to give the best of what they can, giving that best to their spiritual master. And of course, the principles of the spiritual master, like Srila Prabhupada, he accepted so much opulence and everything. He accepted that. But he accepted it and he used it in Krishna's service. So spiritual master in general has the ability to accept so much kinds of opulence, money and paraphernalia and followers like that. He has so much, and if he's able to actually use everything in Krishna's service, then that is very good. That's the principle. He has to do that. Does that answer the question? Anyone else? Okay, no questions online. So we will end for today. Tomorrow, then we'll continue with Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.